Imagine being the one who grew up and you always knew you would have twins. People didn't believe you, but then it happened. Imagine being the one who could see things before they happened. You knew what was going to happen. You knew who was getting ready to have a baby. You knew when that baby was coming. You knew the sex. Imagine being the one who knew that which ancestors were going to leave. You know, who was getting ready to leave this earth. Imagine knowing all these things and then they come to pass. But in the midst of all of it, it's a heavy load. You know, that's what we call being chosen. But you're hated. People look at you like you're crazy. You know, they think, oh, she thinks she's all that. It's just all these things that come along with that. It is a heavy load. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the weak. And so I'm just want to encourage someone who has those similar type of gifts. You know, God blesses us all with many different gifts and talents, but not many of us are maneuvering and working and living in those gifts and talents. Those gifts and talents are yours so that you know how to sorry, there's some road work and the guy was giving me the okay. Look at that. God is giving you the okay. That's a sign right there. Oh, am I on this side now? Okay. That was weird. I tell you, I don't really know what's going on. I think maybe I should be on this side. Yeah, we're gonna stay on this side over here. Weaving in and out. And that's what happens. You literally weave in and out. That was a message right there. I'll receive that. But somebody needs some encouragement. You need to know that things are going to be okay. And what I was saying is that those gifts and talents are yours so that it makes your life a little easier. Those gifts or talents are yours to show you what your purpose is. So if you don't know what your purpose is, what are you gifted in? What are the things that come easily to you but maybe a little harder to someone else? Maybe you're supposed to be a teacher. You know, maybe you're supposed to be some type of leader. If you sing well, maybe that's your path so that life can be a little easier for you. And with that gift, you're supposed to bring in the light, the love, or maybe talk about the things that you've gone through to help someone else. I think sometimes in life we don't give our testimony. And I do remember, you know, when I was in the church, being in church, testimony time was always a time that I really enjoyed because it allowed you to know that everybody else was human and they were going through things just like you, but showing you how God was moving in their lives. And I think because we do not tell our testimonies anymore, you know, maybe because of how life has gone, you know, we're not giving God his praise. I see too many people giving praise to the devil, and people are probably like, I don't give praise to the devil. But here's the thing. If every time something good happens in somebody's life, it's, oh, they done sold their soul to the devil. Oh, they this and they that and they wicked. And we don't never give thanks to God. We don't think that God moves like that. Because I think sometimes people forget that if you read the book of Job, Satan still had to go before God to get permission to come after his people. So sometimes it's not, y'all give too much praise. That's what I mean when I say y'all give too much praise to the devil. Everything is, oh, the devil did it. Is this, and this. But what about God? God is the one who allowed it. That the devil comes as a test. You understand what I'm saying? God allowed him to come and test you in certain areas because maybe God is bragging on you. Maybe God is saying that my one right here, this child of mine right here, oh, you could try them in every which way, but they're not going to fold. But forget what the world thinks. The world is going to think, oh, she sold her soul to Satan. He sold his soul to Satan. You know, this is what I do with even stars. And sometimes I think y'all forget that maybe God placed them in those positions. Like when we think about Kanye is a perfect example for me. You know, everything that he went through, I always saw him as being an anointed one that was positioned. He was the only one who would be able to do the things that Kanye does. You understand what I'm saying? Like for so long as he was doing the things that his handlers, the world, you know, the powers that be that were, every time that he was doing the things that they wanted him to do, oh, he was a genius, he's this, he's that. But as soon as he started speaking for God and he started speaking God's word, started telling the truth of who we was and we the 12 tribes and those not the real people over there in Israel and all that kind of stuff, right? When he starts speaking those things, oh, he's crazy, he's this, he's that. Same with Kyrie, you know, and he's not. He's doing what thus saith the Lord. He did a whole album dedicated to God, and y'all called it a flop. He did one for his mama. Y'all named it all kinds of crap, right? But Kanye is Kanye. And we forget sometimes that God, we are his to be used as he or she sees fit. I do believe that more and more. I'm sorry, but I believe that God is woman. Yeah. And I believe that there's a mother and a father. Let's check that. Because how do you get the son without the mother and the father? I don't know. That's a topic for another day. But I just want to encourage somebody, don't give up. No matter what's going on, I'm here to bring light, to maybe show somebody that that gift that they're sitting on, and I'm speaking to myself too, that gift that they're sitting on, that's the thing that's going to make provision for you. That's the thing that God blessed you with to make provision for you so that your life could be a little easier, that you can help someone else, and you don't have to struggle, you know, because life is not supposed to be about a struggle. That's why I call them the powers that were, because they have to relinquish this power. Their time is up. And we're going to get the power back. So in order to be a leader in this new world, quote unquote, you know, you need to be bringing in the light. You need to be bringing in some love. This is going to be a new world. Things are going to be different. So you can't bring that old mindset into this new earth, this new world. Things are going to change. So let's prepare ourselves for the change. Let's be the change. You know, it starts within. And don't forget that the kingdom is within you. Don't give your power away. Stop giving your power and your money to people who are not doing the right things with it. So I send y'all some love, some light, some healing, some peace, some joy. And just know that the Most High, Mother and Father and Son is with you. I love y'all.